Hi there, my name is Dr. Alexandra Owens, and I'm an assistant professor of education at McKendree University. Today I'm going to show you how to administer and score the core reading Mays comprehension test, which can be found in the text Assessing Reading Multiple Measures. A Mays reading assessment is a multiple choice closed task that students complete while reading silently. After the first sentence, every seventh word in a reading passage is replaced with the correct word and two distractors. Students choose one word from among the three choices that makes the most sense in the passage. Neither of the distractors will make sense in the passage. One is a near distractor that is the same part of speech or otherwise resembles the correct word. The other is a far distractor that is chosen randomly from a pool of words that are comparable to the words in the passage. In the core reading Mays comprehension test, two equivalent student passages A and B are provided for each grade level. These passages can be used for pre- and post-testing. The purpose of a Mays test is to provide an estimate of a student's general reading proficiency and basic comprehension. The test measures only lower-level comprehension processes because the items on the test were designed to be easy to answer if the student has a basic idea of the gist of the passage. If you decide that a practice test is needed, give a copy of the Mays practice test, page 153, to each student. Give a copy of the appropriate student passage to each student and make sure each student has a pencil. Have the students write their name and the date at the top of the page. Then tell them to put the passage face down on their desk. Say to them, "When I say begin, you are going to turn your test over and start reading a passage silently. When you come to a group of 3 words that is in bold print, circle one word that makes the most sense in the sentence. Only one word is correct. Work quickly, but not so fast that you make mistakes. If your test has more than one page, go to the next page and keep reading. You will have 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, I will say stop. If you finish before the 3 minutes are up, you can check your work. Do you have any questions?" Set your timer for 3 minutes. Then start the timer and say, "Begin." Monitor students to make sure they are circling only one word, but do not help them choose the correct answers. When 3 minutes have elapsed, say, "Stop, put your pencils down." Then collect the passages. To score the test, compare student answers marked on the student passage to the correct answers on the corresponding answer key, which can be found on pages 178 to 183 in the text Assessing Reading Multiple Measures. If a student circles an incorrect word choice in a group, indicate the error by making a front slash through the correct word. To calculate the score, first, count the total number of items attempted, the circled words. Then, count the total number slashes or errors of items incorrect. Next, subtract the number of items incorrect from the number of items attempted. This will give you the total number of items correct. And last, record the total number of items correct in the score box of the student passage. When scoring, let's look at what is an error. An error is circling an incorrect word choice in a group. An error is not circling any of the word choices in a group, does not include the group of word choices that the student was unable to complete because the 3 minutes were up. An error can also be circling more than one word choice in a group. What is not an error? Circling one word choice in a group that matches the correct word on the answer key. The scoring table on pages 152 of Assessing Reading Multiple Measures shows typical grade level expectations for the number of items correct on a student passage. A reasonable guideline is that students whose score is significantly lower than expected probably have reading difficulties. If scores fall between those shown on the scoring table, teachers should consider other sources of information in order to make instructional decisions. From 9th and 10th grade students, use 8th grade scoring expectations. A useful strategy to improve students' understanding of text is to pair reading with comprehension checks through peer questions, summarization, or retelling. Have the students collaborate in reading and completing other maze passages. Ask the students to explain to one another why the correct answer fits best with the rest of the passage. If students perform below expectations on the maze tests, it is important to test them on other skills, including fluency and vocabulary, and if necessary, phonics and decoding. I hope that this video has helped you learn how to administer and score the core reading maze comprehension test.